switch off the audio, please. Krish, switch off the audio.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Napre, switch off your audio.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Switch off audio, please. Krish, switch off audio. Krish, switch off the audio. Yes, this is observing that some of the students have not switched on their video. I think you people want to announce the name who have not switched on the video. Tanveer, Yuvraj, Arman, Jot, Yuvraj and Tal. Okay, wait for 2 minutes more. Then we'll start with the lecture. Yes, any problem in all subunits which we had done? 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. Is there any problem? Which we had done? 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. Yuvraj and Arman, if you don't want to switch on your video, please leave my class. I will not repeat this again. Okay, there is no query from any side about 1.1, 2 and 3. So let's start with next subunit. It is 1.4. This subunit is from the same unit, that is communication skills 1. Clear? In which we have demonstrated the knowledge of basic writing skills. Of course, in the first unit, that is 1.1, we had done about the methods of communication, in which we had done verbal, non-verbal and visual communication. In verbal communication, see, we have two ways to communicate. Either you can use that verbal communication by speaking, or you can use verbal communication by writing. Clear? In speaking, we had done about our language, vocabulary, pronunciation, domain knowledge. Clear? that was the elements which we required in speaking. But on the other side, if you are using your verbal communication as a writing, then what you will require? You require some writing skills. For writing skills, see, in English, you have done writing over there, and in grammar, you have learned so many things that how to write anything in English. Clear? So, what you require? What you require to learn? Any one of you. If you are using your writing skills, for improve your writing skills, what you require? Yes. To improve your writing skills, what you require? I have given example of English grammar also. That is a hint. English grammar.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am's proper spellings, proper vocabulary, and attractive words.
Yes. First of all, words. And those words will be used in group of words are known as group of words.
Sentences.
Yes. Sentences. So first of all, for writing skills, you need to learn about the grammar, correct grammar. Clear? In grammar, you have lot of sentences. You have tenses over there. You need to learn those. Clear? Secondly, select right words. If you are using your grammar or you are making a sentence, for sentence, you need to use words. Those words should be correct. If you want to improve your writing skills, you should be focused on selecting correct words. Clear? Then we have form easy sentence structure. Sometimes we are using the sentences, but those sentences are in long length, which is very difficult for the receiver to receive proper way. But if you make those sentences in a short way, then of course it will be easy for everyone to know about your writing skills. Clear? So this is a way to improve your writing skills. So let's start with the unit 1.4. First of all, what is writing skills? An effective written communication enables both the senders and the receivers to express the shared message with ease and comfort without leading to any miscommunication or confusion. So what is the writing skills? Writing skills means in which sender is using those sentences which will be easy for the receiver. In that way, the communication should not be missed or it should not be create a confusion at that time. Clear? So you have to improve your writing skills so that confusion should be clear of the receiver, and whatever the miscommunication between receiver and the sender, it should be improved. Yes, Krish, you raise your hand. Wait, other students are entering the class.
Having network from ma'am.
Then go out of the class. Sorry, room. Go out of the room. Armanjo, switch on your video. So, any lapse on sender receiver side may lead to miscommunication. Clear? if there will be a lapse between sender and receiver who are communicating by using the writing skills, if any lapse will be there, of course communication will be failure at that time. Whatever the sender wants to send, that writing skills are not proper, means there will be a vocabulary problem, there will be a sentence problem, there will be a words problem. It is depend what problem will be there. Of course communication will be failure at that time. And on the other side, when receiver sending the feedback to the sender, of course we had done the communication cycle in which receiver needs to send the feedback, and of course if it is in writing form, feedback should be in writing form at the same side, clear, from the receiver side. If that feedback in writing will not be in a proper way, then of course communication will be failure, clear. So importance of writing skill, if you want to make your writing skill important, then what three important aspects to be in the writing skill? First of all, correct grammar. Your tenses will be correct, prepositions, adverb, verb, whatever you are using in your grammar, it should be correct. Clear? Armanjo, don't become lazy, please. First of all, sit properly. Yes. So, use correct grammar. Clear? This is the first important aspect in a writing skill. Second, we have right words. If you are not using right words in your sentence, of course your writing skills will be failure at that time. Clear? Communication will not be completed. Next we have form easy sentence structure. Whatever the sentence you have using in your writing, the structure of the sentence should be easy. It should not be so lengthy so that it will be difficult to read for the sender or the receiver, because both side writing skills are going on. If sender is sending the communication is topic in the writing skills, of course feedback will be in the writing skills only. Clear? So if your sentences will be lengthy, at that time what will happen? Sender will leave to read the sentence. Why? Because it is so lengthy, it is unable to read. That's why. Clear? So these three important aspects should be in your mind while you are using writing skill. Clear? Your communication in a writing form. First, correct grammar. Second, right words. And third, easy sentence structure. Clear? Yes, Krishan Deshwi, switch off the audio, please. Audio. Deshwi, Darshvi, sorry. It's Darshvi. Okay. Then, first is phrase. What do you mean by phrase? Phrase. Have you listened this word?
A group of words.
A group of words. Then sentence is also a group of words. Is there any difference between phrase and sentence?
Phase, it is not having a particular subject or
Yes.
object.
Or object. Yes. The difference is between phrase and sentence. Both are group of words, but phrase is meaningless in which sentence is not completed. Whatever the message you want to give, if you will give the message with the few words, clear, that is a phrase, means your idea or your message is not completed by using those words. But if you will use maximum words means which sentence required to make it meaningful, that is a sentence. Clear? For example, if I am taking class in the evening, your question will be whenever class, I'll just respond in the evening. That is a phrase. I'm using the phrase over here. But if I'll send the message, your IT class will be in the evening at 4 o'clock. This is a sentence. Clear? Your question is, what about IT class? I'll send in the evening. Clear? So this is a phrase which I am using. I have not given the complete sentence. It is meaningless. In the evening, what in the evening? Clear? This is a phrase. But if I will use your IT class will be in the evening at 4 o'clock. This is a sentence. See, in the both sentences, I am using words. But in phrase, I am using only few words, that is in the evening. But in the sentence, I have complete using the words that your IT class will be in the evening at 4 o'clock. So this is a difference between sentence and phrase. Where your words are meaningless, that is a phrase. Where your group of words are meaningful, that is a sentence. Is it clear? Phrase and sentence. More example we have: in the evening, in the morning. Clear? And you can say hard work, set aside, difficult task. Clear? So these all are the phrases. Difficult task, in the morning, in the evening, hard work. These all are the phrases. But these phrases, when I will be used in the full sentence, in the number of words, that will become the sentence over there. For example, I get up early in the morning. This is a sentence. We all must do hard work. This is a sentence. It is a difficult task to do. This is a sentence. Earlier I have taken difficult task only. That is a phrase. But here I am using it is a difficult to. It is a difficult task to do. Clear? So this way you can use either phrase or sentences. But phrases are meaningless and sentences are meaningful. Clear? Now, up, after that, we have kinds of sentences. Anybody knows how many kinds of sentences we have in grammar? Means in English. How many sentences we are having in writing while you are writing in English? Anyone? Sentences. Beta, these topics are from your basic. You're now you're in ninth class. These all are the basic points, kinds of sentences. Even you are
Four
getting,
kinds,
yes,
four kinds of sentences.
name,
Interrogative,
interrogative, yes,
declarative,
yes,
imperative,
yes, exclamatory,
yeah, ma'am, exclamatory.
exclamatory. Clear? So here we have four kinds of sentences. Clear? In which we have assertive, assertive or declarative, both are the same. That sentences. Clear? Then we have interrogative, then imperative, then exclamatory. Clear? So these are the kinds of sentences. First of all, we'll start with assertive or declarative. In assertive or declarative, we have two types of sentences. One is positive, another is negative. One is positive, another is negative. Clear? So these are the declarative or assertive sentences. Any example of positive sentences or negative?
I will eat the breakfast.
I,
I will eat the breakfast.
yes, I will eat the breakfast. This is assertive. If I want to change it into negative, then
I will not eat the breakfast.
yes. So these both are the part of assertive or declarative sentences, in which we have two types of sentences. One is positive, another is negative. Any other example? Yes, Arman Jot. Any positive sentence? Any positive sentence? Any. This time you can take this sentence also. This time I am taking class. This is a positive sentence. I am taking class. Clear? Those who are not taking, what will be the sentence for them? I'm not
They,
taking class. Clear?
class.
Clear,
Excuse me,
Arman?
ma'am.
Yes, Krish.
मैम अगर अगर मैं आई विल रीड द बुक्स उसमें इसमें क्या बनेगा?
I will not read books.
आई विल रीड बुक
आप
मैम
फ्यूचर
इसमें
आप फ्यूचर की बात कर रहे हो ना? Will is
Okay,
used
ma'am.
in the future.
ओके
Clear? Otherwise, I'm not talking about the tenses over here. I'm talking about the sentences. Will, am, do, does. These all are the tenses. Clear? I'm not talking about the tenses over here. I'm talking about the sentences. In sentences, either you will take past sentences, future sentences, present, it is depend. Like now I have taken the present tense over here. I am taking class. Clear? I am not taking class. Clear? So this is a positive or negative. And what I am using, which tense I am using over here? Present continuous I am using over here. So that is a different topic. If you are talking about will, shall, am, has, have, had, these are the tenses. These tenses are used in the sentences to complete the sentence. Clear? But here our topic is about the sentences in which we have 4 kinds of sentences, and we are discussing about assertive or declarative sentence, in which we have 2 ways of sentences. One is positive, another is negative. Clear? You can use does over here, you can use do over here, has, have, whatever. According to your sentence, according to your tense, you can use anything, but it should be positive or negative. That will be the kind of assertive sentences, or you can say declarative sentences. Clear? Now come to the next kind. What is the next kind of sentences? It is interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences when you have a sentences related to the question. Clear? That is an interrogative sentences. Clear? Interrogative sentences where you are using your sentences as a question sentences, that is interrogative sentences. For example, can I help you? This is a question mark, means I am asking, can I help you? May I come in? You are asking the question. Clear? May I go? This is a interrogative sentences. Will you come with me? Clear? This is a interrogative sentences. Means where your sentences are as a question. That is a interrogative sentences. It will be any. Can I help you? May I go? May I come in? Will you come with me? Will you do my homework? Clear? So you are asking the question, and where you are using the sentences where you are asking the question, those questions, those sentences are known as interrogative sentences. This is the second kind of sentences. Clear? Next we have imperative sentences. Imperative means where you express your order. Clear? Request, command, those sentences in which you are requesting, you are order someone. Clear? You give the command to someone, like your teacher give the instructions to you as a command. So that sentences are known as imperative sentences. Or where you are requesting to someone, kindly bring my book from my bag, means you are requesting to someone, kindly bring my book from my bag. Clear? So these sentences are known as imperative sentences in which you are requesting someone, you are ordering someone, or you are giving the command to someone. Clear? Like your teacher, go and stand on the stage. Clear? Your teacher gave the command to you, you have to do. Clear? So these all sentences are known as imperative sentence in which you are expressing your request, order and command. Any sentence which is imperative sentence from your side, an example you want to give?
Just go and clean your room.
Yes. Here, let's go means साथ में मैं भी जा रही हूँ. It's not a command. It's not an order. It's a request. Let's go
Suggestion.
and clean the room. Clear? Any other example you want to give about imperative sentence?
Can I
which-
do something with you?
Pardon?
Will you please help me?
Will you please help me? This will
Will you
be.
please help me?
Yes, please. You are using please word over here. That means you are requesting. See, now here we have to, will you. क्या? Clear, question mark भी आ गया और please भी आ गया. Means you are using interrogative as well as imperative sentence over here. Will you? You are not ordering. Okay, you are just asking, will you please? And please word is using over here. It means you are requesting. Clear? So these all are the imperative sentence in which you express you as a request, order, or command. Last kind of sentence is exclamatory sentences in which you are surprised, you are shocked, you are very happy. Clear? Those words are used. Clear? For example, oh my god. Okay? Sometimes you are using oh my god. So here you are, sometimes you are surprised or you are shocked over here. Clear? Or sometimes wow, what a beautiful scene. Wow, you are using over here. Wow word is a exclamatory. Wow, after that you have used exclamatory sign over there. Clear? Bravo. We won the match. Clear? Bravo word is a exclamatory word. After that you are using exclamatory sign. Clear? So these all are the exclamatory sentences in which you are using those words through which you express yourself as a sorrow, happy, surprised. Clear? And every time you need to put the exclamatory sign over here. So these all are the kinds of sentences. First is assertive, or you can say declarative, in which we have two types of sentences, negative and positive. Second, we have, again there's a disturbance from Krish, switch off the audio.
Okay, ma'am.
Second, we have interrogative. Third, we have imperative. And last, we have exclamative. Any problem in these kinds of sentences? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's start with next. That is parts of sentences. How many parts of sentences?
2.
Two. Name them.
Subject and predicate.
And predicate.
Yes, subject and predicate. So in subject, what we have? In subject, what we have?
One who is doing the action.
Doer of an action.
Yes. In subject, the person means noun or pronoun. Where you are using noun or pronoun in a sentence, those part of the sentences are subject. And what task they are doing, clear? That will be the part of predicate. Subject and predicate we have. In sentence, we have two parts, part A and part B. In part A, we have subject, and in part B, we have predicate. In part A, mostly we are using noun and pronoun, means a person who are doing. Either it will be a person, thing, place, that will be the part of subject. Clear? And on the other side, what we are talking about the person, what we are talking about the noun or pronoun, that will be the part of predicate. Clear? For example, birds fly. See, we have two words over here, birds fly. Clear? So what is a bird? Birds are subject and fly. What birds are doing? Birds are flying. Yes, Naprit?
Ma'am, it was by mistake. Sorry, ma'am.
Pardon? Question is not clear, Navpreet. What you are asking?
Ma'am, it was by mistake. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. So birds fly. Birds are the subject over here. What birds are doing? Birds are flying. Birds fly. So fly is a predicate. Second example, Mohan is an engineer. Mohan is a noun. So Mohan is a subject. What we are talking about Mohan? That Mohan is an engineer. So is an engineer is a predicate. Clear? Next we have he teaches engineering graphics. What is he? What is he?
Subject.
Subject,
Subject.
but it's a pronoun. He is a pronoun.
Yes,
We are not using the exactly name
ma'am.
of the person. We are using the pronoun in place of the name. Clear? In place of the noun, we are using some other word, that is he. So he, what we are talking about him, we are talking about that he teaches engineering graphics. That what subject he is teaching? That is teaches engineering
Traffic.
graphics. So engineering graphics means teaches engineering graphic is a predicate and he is a subject. This intelligent girl, we are just talking about the girl, this intelligent girl, that is a subject. And what we are talking about, the girl has passed her examination in the first division. We are talking about his division, that she has passed in the first division. Clear? So that is a predicate of the sentence. Next we have the president of India. The president of India, we are talking about the president of India. So it is a subject. What we are talking about the president of India, that has awarded him a gold medal. Clear? So has awarded him a gold medal is a predicate. So at the end, if we are talking about subject and predicate, subject in which we are using noun or pronoun, either you are using noun or pronoun, that part of the sentence is a subject. And what we are talking about noun and pronoun, that is a part of sentence, that is a predicate. Clear? So these are the sentences, parts of sentences, subject and predicate. Is it clear? Any problem? Manpreet, what happened? Why you laughing?
No, ma'am.
No.
No problem, sir.
Okay. Yes. Any problem up to this topic?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let's start with the next parts of speech. Now, what is parts of speech? If we are talking about English language, in English language, we have 8 parts of speech. Anybody knows about parts of speech? Parts of speech
Noun.
means noun. Yes.
Pronoun.
Yes.
Verb.
Verb. Yes.
Adverb.
Yes.
Interjection.
Yes. Switch off the audio,
Exclamation.
please. Krish and Raga, switch off the audio. Yes. What we are using in parts of speech, there are 8 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, conjunction, adverb, verb, interjection, adjective, preposition. So these all are the 8 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, injection. Sorry, interjection. Sorry, interjection. So we have 8 parts of speech. Clear? So I think we have 5 minutes. We can start with the noun. Noun, do you know what is a noun? Noun are those words which are used in place of name of the person, name of place, name of thing. Clear? That is a noun. For example, pen, dog, work, music, town, London, teacher, John. So where we are using the name of a person or anything, either the name of the person or anything we are using, that is a noun. For example, this is my pen. I live in a Patiala. Clear? Or you can say Delhi is the capital of India. So this is my pen. Pen is a noun over here. I lives in a Patiala. Patiala is a noun. Delhi is a capital of India. Delhi is a noun. Clear? So where you are using the name of any person, place, thing, animal, clear? That is a noun. Is it clear? Now pronoun. In pronoun, pronoun always replaces a noun. John is my classmate. John is a noun over here. After that, I am using he in place of John. He is an intelligent boy. He always stands first in the class. Clear? His father is a businessman. So where I'm using he, his, that is a pronoun. Now I'm not using the John every time. I used John only once. That John is my classmate. So John is a noun over here. After that, what I am discussing about the John, I'm not using the John word over there. I'm just using the pronoun in place of John. That he is an intelligent boy. He, clear? He always stood in first in a class. His father is a businessman. His, clear? So where I'm using he, his, I'm using he and his in place of John. So wherever you are using the another word in place of noun, that words are known as pronoun. Clear? For example, Tina is Indian. Here they have given the example. Tina is Indian. She is beautiful. Earlier they have using the sentence Tina, the name of the person. Tina, that is a noun. But after that they are talking about Tina by using the pronoun that she is beautiful. So in place of Tina, what word they are using? She. So what is she over here? She is a pronoun. Is it clear? So these two are the parts of speech, which are the first two parts of speech. One is noun, another is pronoun. Clear? Now come to the next. Adjective. Adjective means describes a noun. Where you are describes about the noun. Whatever the name you are using, either that name is the name of the person, place, thing. Clear? If I'm talking about I went to Jammu Kashmir last year, clear? And it was the beautiful city. So what I'm describing over here, that the city, that is Jammu and Kashmir, and it is Callow or was I'm using was, that's why I was went, means I went there. So I'm talking about that year. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about that year. That's why I'm using the was word over here. Clear? So it was a beautiful city. So beautiful city I am describing about the Jammu and Kashmir over here. Clear? So where you are describing either the good way or a bad way, but you are describing about the noun. I went to Rajasthan last year. There was too hot over there. So